These are notes for Geometry, Unit 4, Lesson 2D, dealing specifically with congruent triangles. So in our last lesson or two, we've dealt with what does congruent mean. We have an example here at the top of congruent triangles, but congruency, can be with any type of figure. Our title today is dealing with congruent triangles only. So I've got the two triangles in my congruency statement. Remember, every angle matches up with its corresponding piece. So angle A is going to match up with angle Y. First spot, first spot. B is going to match up with Z, and C is going to match up with angle X. Corresponding side for AB is YZ. Now I think you can see here that that's mixed up just a little bit. Actually, let's go through here and mark angle A and angle Y, angle B and angle Z, and angle C and angle X. Okay. BC is going to match up with ZX, and AC is matching up with YX. So this looks a little weird, okay, but if it was like flipped, if we flip this over, then it would look exactly the same. Okay, so you can flip it, you can rotate it, just as long as the corresponding parts are said to be equal or congruent, and then this is how we would mark them on the picture. Most of the time they're going to be like straightforward, this side equals this side, and so forth. When I'm doing about congruent triangles, that are the same shape and they are the same size. All sides and angles will match up with its corresponding piece as we listed up here. So when I have congruent triangles, you can see there are 3 sets of angles and 3 sets of sides, a total of 6 pieces that correspond that are equal to each other. Before we get into how do we know if triangles are congruent or not, we have a little lesson here on what we call included. So included angle is the angle between 2 sides of the triangle. So when I look at the angle that's between EF and GF, so EF and GF, where those two come together, that angle is the included angle. So angle F is where EF and GF come together. That would be the included angle. Between EG and GF, angle G is the included angle. Okay, that's where these two come together right here at that point. That's the included angle. Between GE and EF is angle E is the included angle. Same thing also works for sides, but the included side is going to be the side between the angles that they use or mention. So angle G and angle F, if I look at those two, angle G and angle F, the side between those two is just where that marks that together. So that would be side GF. So GF is the included side between angle G and angle F. Angle E and angle G, angle E and angle G, when I look at those two angles, the side that is between them, between my two markers here, side GE, or GE we'll call it, that's the included side between these two angles. And then the last one, between F and E, the included side would be FE. Okay, so we'll need that for some of the pieces that we go through. All right, so let's get to some notes here dealing with congruent triangles. Now, as we said before, when they are congruent, we know automatically 6 things are equal, 6 pairs are equal. But we don't necessarily have to know all 6 pieces in order to say yep, or to prove they are congruent to each other. So we're going to show you 5 different ways to show, or to know, I guess, that 2 triangles are congruent. First one is what we call SSS, which is called side, side, side. And basically what that means are 3 sides of this triangle are marked equal to 3 sides of this triangle, So that is enough information to say those two triangles are congruent. Okay, so if one side, or excuse me, if all three sides of this one are marked equal to its corresponding sides over here, then these two triangles are congruent. Okay, so if you want to write that out, you can say AB equals ED, BC equals EF, and AC equals DF. If those three sets of sides are equal, then triangle ABC is going to be congruent to triangle DEF. Okay, so that one's called side, side, side. Side, angle, side. So you notice the markings on this picture. I've got two sides marked on each of the triangles. Okay, and so the angles that are marked is the angle that is included between them. The angle is between the two sides. So on side, angle, side, the angle is between the two sides. So that's why we mention it that way. Side, angle, side. So I have side AB equals DE. So this side equals this one. Then I've got the angle between them, B equals E. And then the third side, BC equals EF. If that is my markings on my picture, where the angle is between the two sides, we call that side, angle, side, angle, side. Okay, and then the triangles would be congruent. Angle, side, angle. This one, the side is included between the angles. Remember, like we did on page 1? So the side is between the two angles that are marked. So again, it's all dealing with the markings. So B and E are marked equal. A and D are marked equal. And the side between them that is included, okay, between those two angles is marked. So that means these two triangles are congruent by angle, side, angle. Okay, and this one, the side is between the two angles, is included side. Okay, let's stop there with those first three, side, 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 angle, side, and angle, side, angle. Now, how do you know which one is which? That's what we're going to show you in part 2.